Assalamu alaikum student. Here Dr. Naveed Shahad, your course instructor. This is our 18th lecture. In this lecture, we will discuss about agrobiology 3. This lecture is a continuity of the previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have discussed about difference of RI plasmid and TI plasmid. Then we talked about integration of tDNA into plant genome, how harnessing agrobacterium in transferring foreign gene into plant, and we discussed the strategies which are being used for integration of vector into a genome. Two strategies were discussed: co-integrated vector strategy and binary vector strategy. After this, today we will talk about infection and pathogenesis, how agrobacterium infect a plant and how causes disease in that one plant. Infection and pathogenesis consist of following steps. First is the signal induction to agrobacterium, how agrobacterium recognize the signals. The wounded plant cells release certain chemical phenolic compounds and sugars which are recognized as signal by agrobacterium. Signals induced result in a sequence of chemical events in agrobacterium that ultimately help in transfer of tDNA of TI plasmid. After first step, which is a signal induction to agrobacterium, second step is attachment of agrobacterium to plant cells. Agrobacterium attaches to the plant cell through polysaccharides that are particularly cellulose fibers produced by the bacterium. Several chromosomal virulence genes responsible for attachment of bacterial cells to plant cells that have been identified. Third step is the production of virulence proteins. As the signal induction occur in the agrobacterium cells attached to the plant cell, a series of the events take place that result in the production of virulence proteins. To start with, signal induction by phenolic stimulates Vir-A, which in turn activates Vir-G. This induced expression of virulence gene of TI plasmid to produce corresponding virulence proteins like D1, D2, E2 and B protein. Next step is the production of tDNA strand. The right and left border of tDNA are recognized by Vir-D1, Vir-D2 proteins. These proteins are involved in production single-stranded tDNA, its production and export to the plant cells. The single stranded tDNA get attached to Vir D2. Next step is the transfer of tDNA out of the agrobacterium. The single stranded tDNA Vir D2 complex. Single stranded tDNA Vir D2 complex in association with the Vir gene is exported from the bacterial cell. Vir B products form the transport apparatus. Next is the transfer of tDNA into plant cells and integration. The tDNA with D2 complex crosses the plant cell plasma membrane. In plant cells, tDNA gets covered with Vir E2. Why Vir E2 protein cover tDNA? This covering actually protect the tDNA from degradation by nucleases. Vir D2 and Vir E2 interact with a variety of plant proteins which influences tDNA transport and integration. The tDNA Vir D2, Vir E2 plant protein complex enters the nucleus through nuclear pore complex. Within the nucleus, tDNA gets integrated into the plant chromosome through a process referred as legitimate recombination. Legitimate means illegal. It's an illegal recombination. This image is overall understanding of transfer of tDNA into plant cells and its integration. Student, this image is very important because this image give us overall understanding of infection of bacteria on the plant. Now we discuss point by point. First of all, wounded plant cell produces acetosyringone, as we have talked about already. This point, when acetosyringone produced by the wounded plant cells, this phenolic compound enter into the bacterial cell. This acetosyringone activates virulence genes which are present in Ti plasmid at the region of Vir gene. Vir proteins synthesize single-stranded tDNA, which is present in tDNA region of Ti plasmid. Actually, this tDNA is a double-stranded, but Vir proteins only synthesize single-stranded tDNA. This single-stranded tDNA then import toward the plant cell, transfer to the plant cell. After transformation, this tDNA make its copy become double-stranded and then integrate into the nuclear genome. tDNA complex import to the nucleus and integrate into the chromosome. This tDNA integrated at random site in host chromosomes, not any specific site. When tDNA integrate into the chromosome, then genes which are present in tDNA start to show their expression, like we have discussed already. Auxin, cytokinin and opine related genes are present in tDNA. So auxin related gene start to synthesize auxin, and same with the cytokinin gene. Synthesis of auxin, synthesis of cytokinin and synthesis of opines occur in this region. These chemicals released from the release in the cytoplasm and perform their function. Auxin and cytokinin synthesis promote tumor formation in agrobacterium infected plant cells, and opine is actually moved toward the bacterial cell. In bacterial cell, we have already studied in TI plasmid there is a opine catabolism gene. That opine catabolism gene will catabolize or metabolize opine. So these are the overall steps involved in transformation of agrobacterium, or transformation of a gene in a plant cell through a agrobacterium. Next is a transformation technique using agrobacterium. Some requirements for integration of foreign gene and production of transgenic plants are as the first is the plant explants must produce acetosyringone to induce vir genes for virulence. If acetosyringone is not produced by the plant cell, which is the wounded plant cell, then vir gene will not be activated. In this case, for agrobacterium transformation, we will have to apply a synthetic or artificial acetosyringone to activate the vir genes. Induced agrobacterium should have access to the cells that are complement for transformation or to uptake DNA. Cells must be meristematic. Plant cells which we want to transformed by any gene or introduce any gene into these cells must be meristematic. Often transformed tissue or explants do not regenerate and are not totipotent. Therefore, for transformation and regeneration, competent cells should be taken as explants. The transformed explant cell should allow expression of the transgene. Disease-causing genes should not be transferred and expressed, which is helped by the disarmed tDNA. Agrobacterium gene transfer can be achieved by the following two ways. First is a co-culture with X plant tissue. Other is in the in-plant transformation. Now we will talk about co-culture with X plant tissue. For transformation, X plants like protoplast, callus, tissue slices, leaf disc, stem or floral tissues can be co-cultured with genetically engineered agrobacterium with recombinant vector for about 2 days. During co-culture, acetylcysteine released from the wound induce the Vir genes which bring about transfer of recombinant tDNA into many of the plant cells. The X plants can then be transferred to shoot inducing medium containing kanamycin and cefotoxin. Kanamycin is for the selection of plants and cefotoxin for the killing of agrobacterium cells. So kanamycin allow only transformed plant cells to divide and regenerate shoots in about 3 to 4 weeks, while cefotoxin kills agrobacterium cells. Shoots are separated and transferred to the root inducing medium, and finally after few weeks are transferred to the soil. This is overall view of co-culture with X plant. Here X plant is a plant leaf. We will use this leaf disc. Take a leaf, surface sterilize. Leaf will be used for leaf disc. Leaf disc incubate with agrobacterium on liquid medium. Incubate overnight, disc bottle dry, then these discs shift onto the solid medium. Like in fourth one image, shoot leaf disc and filter paper below the leaf disc. Next is the feeder cells. Feeder cells are actually agrobacterium cells, and medium used below. Shoot regeneration medium. In shoot regeneration medium, leaf disc keep for 2 days. Then these leaf discs shift on the shooting medium. Shooting medium consists of kanamycin for transformed plant selection and carbonicillin or cefotoxin. Any one of these two can be used. This is for the killing of agrobacterium cells. Shoot regenerate in 3 to 4 weeks. Then excised shoot will be shifted onto the rooting medium with given antibiotics. Shoot with roots is actually complete plant. It can be shifted onto the soil. By this co-culture method, only dicot plant can be transformed. Agrobacterium mediated transformation of monocot plant cells can be achieved by adding acetosyringone in medium during co-culture. In plant transformation can also be achieved by imbibition of seeds in fresh culture of Agrobacterium. tDNA becomes integrated into the plant genome. It appears that Agrobacterium cells enter the seedling during germination and are retained within the plants. When flower develop and zygote or cell become transformed. This is the overall view of the plant transformation. In this case, suppose we want to transform cotton plants. So what steps or points are involved? First is a seed delinting. Cotton seed should delint. Remove cotton properly from the seeds. Then these seeds should surface sterilize. After surface sterilization, incubate for germination for overnight into a water. After next day, embryo will start to germinate. These embryo will be isolated or separated from the seeds. Then shoot apex cutting and co-cultivation. Shoot apex cutting of embryo and co-cultivation mean embryo plus Agrobacterium cultures. Co-cultivate for 72 hours, which is I think nearly 2 or 3 days. Then grow on the selection medium. Selection will be of kanamycin and cefotoxin for 6 to 8 weeks, nearly 2 months. Then grow on the selection free medium. Selection free medium is actually free of the kanamycin and cefotoxin. Grow for 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Then shifted these plants onto the hydroponic culture, or you may grow on the soils in pots. Finally, these plants will be able to use for analysis. These are the different steps involved in plant transformation. Next is the advantages and disadvantages of plant transformation through Agrobacterium, or we say Agrobacterium mediated transformation. Transgenes can be introduced into the plant by the various direct and indirect methods. Agrobacterium mediated gene transfer is most frequently used indirect method. So it has many advantages. First is this is simple and comparatively less expensive method as compared to other method. After today's lecture, inshallah, we will discuss other methods of plant transformation. So Agrobacterium mediated transformation method is simple and comparatively less expensive. It has a high transformation efficiency, which is the most important thing. Transgenic crops obtained obtained have better fertility percentage. Protocols for both dicotyledon and monocotyledons are available. By this method, relatively large length DNA fragment can be transformed. Then what are the disadvantages of agrobacterial mediated transformation? First is, this is time consuming method. Not all kinds of cells can be treated by this method, so it means this is only for selective type of cells, selective tissues, not for all cells or organism. This method sometimes lead to the false positive result. So these were the disadvantages of agrobacterial mediated transformation method. With this we have completed this topic. This topic, agrobacterium mediated plant transformation, was based on 3 lectures. Hope you understand and you got a concept related to this topic.